Did you know that within just 6 weeks of changing what's on your plate, you can raise your HDL, lower triglycerides, and improve insulin sensitivity even if the scale refuses to budge?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at Mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and joining me is my co-host, Alara Sky. Today we're exploring how the food you eat, more than the number you weigh, can quickly reshape your cardiometabolic future.
Thanks, Ethan. Our first focus is a 2-year investigation that followed 761 adults with abdominal obesity. Roughly 1/3 never lost notable weight, yet a large share logged striking metabolic improvements. That means your internal health can accelerate ahead of visible weight change as soon as you shift to nutrient-dense meals.
The metrics were clear. HDL cholesterol climbed, triglycerides dropped, and liver fat receded. Those are 3 potent early markers of cardiometabolic risk, and they improved without a single pound lost. Participants who did slim down saw even steeper gains. HDL rose another 1.44%, and triglycerides fell another 1.37% for every kilogram shed.
The study also tracked leptin, the hunger-signaling hormone. Lower leptin in weight-stable subjects suggested fewer cravings, making healthy eating easier to sustain. And most important, insulin sensitivity improved, so each cell needed less insulin to move glucose from blood to tissues, an essential step toward balanced blood sugar.
Researchers dug deeper and uncovered DNA methylation patterns that predicted who would benefit most. Certain chemical tags on genes amplified positive responses to the same diet, underscoring that if you haven't seen dramatic results yet, your biology might just need more time or different nutrient emphasis, not harsher restriction.
Exactly. The takeaway is powerful. Metabolic repair can outpace fat loss. So if your clothes fit the same for now, stay consistent. Your cholesterol, triglycerides, and liver function may already be resetting behind the scenes.
A separate meta-analysis in cardiovascular diabetology strengthens that message. Across multiple trials, participants who replaced ultra-processed items with whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and quality proteins, improved cholesterol, blood pressure, and fasting glucose within months, often without counting a single calorie.
What's striking is that diet quality mattered more than carb-to-fat ratios. Cutting refined carbohydrates and factory-made snacks reduced chronic inflammation, a key driver of vessel damage and insulin resistance. The review also highlighted vegetarian patterns as protective against metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes when vegetable intake climbed substantially.
Protein quality entered the spotlight, too. Adequate amino acids stimulate pathways like GLP-1 and mTORC1, supporting muscle synthesis, satiety, and lower inflammation. That means a grass-fed steak or a bowl of bone broth does more for your metabolism than its raw calorie count suggests.
Speaking of muscle, the gut microbiome surfaced as another leverage point. 2 trials showed that when fermented foods optimized gut bacteria, glucose handling improved. A thriving microbiome appears to act like an internal training partner for your metabolism.
Let's translate these findings into 8 practical strategies that bioenergetics expert Ashley Armstrong recommends. First, choose the best quality foods you can afford to limit pesticides that disrupt metabolic signaling.
Second, prioritize whole foods. Prepare most meals at home and leave additives behind. Third, keep eating patterns consistent. Many thrive on an 8 to 10 hour time-restricted window. Others need 3 balanced meals across 12 hours, especially if thyroid or energy dips appear. Aim for 200 to 250 grams of carbs from rice, fruit, and well-cooked vegetables when energy flags.
Fourth, moderate fat intake, especially polyunsaturated seed oils, because even healthy fats hamper metabolism in excess. Fifth, move daily. Target 8,000 to 12,000 steps, and schedule 2 to 4 workouts that allow real recovery.
Sixth, be sure your carbohydrates digest well for you. They fuel thyroid function and stable energy. Seventh, build muscle. About 15% of daily calories, or 0.6 to 0.8 grams per pound of ideal body weight, should come from protein, and 1/3 of that from collagen-rich sources like bone broth.
Eighth, nudge your calories toward the upper end of maintenance, say 2,300 instead of 1,800, to create a resilient, calorie-burning engine. A robust metabolism lets you enjoy more food without weight rebound.
Some listeners wonder whether exercise is still essential if diet changes work so quickly. Exercise absolutely matters, yet its benefits accrue more slowly. Dietary upgrades start healing vessels and hormones within 6 to 12 weeks. Movement then cements and extends those gains.
Another frequent question is why diet quality beats calorie math. High-quality foods lower inflammation, enhance insulin sensitivity, and support healthier gut microbes, effects that macro tinkering alone can't match.
Listeners also ask about vegetarian approaches. The evidence shows that meals centered on vegetables and quality proteins, plant or animal, reduce metabolic syndrome risk. The common denominator is nutrient density and minimal processing, not the exclusion of all animal products.
How about fermented foods? Are they optional? The data say they're highly beneficial. Fermented choices like sauerkraut, kefir, or yogurt cultivate microbial diversity, which in turn sharpens glucose control.
Finally, many want to know how quickly they should expect tangible markers to shift. You can see cholesterol, triglyceride, and blood sugar improvements in as little as 6 weeks, with continued progress through the 3-month mark and beyond.
Many listeners experiment with time-restricted eating. The article mentions some people feel drained or notice hair loss on an 8-hour window. What adjustments keep energy steady while still reaping metabolic perks?
Flexibility is key. If fatigue or hair changes show up, widen the eating window to 12 hours, or switch to 3 regular meals spread 4 hours apart. Keep carbohydrates at 200 to 250 grams from sources like ripe fruit, rice, or well-cooked root vegetables. That keeps thyroid and energy humming while insulin sensitivity continues to improve.
Speaking of carbohydrates, some diets push very low-carb plans. Does the evidence here support strict carb elimination?
Not in this context. The studies emphasized carbohydrate adequacy, especially whole food carbs that digest easily. Ultra-processed snacks every few hours spike glucose and inflammation, but clean grains, fruit, and vegetables supply the glucose your cells and thyroid need to sustain a healthy metabolic rate.
The tip about moderating polyunsaturated fats surprises some people because those oils are often promoted as heart healthy. Why does the guidance call for limiting them?
Polyunsaturated seed oils oxidize quickly and can generate inflammatory byproducts that gum up metabolic signaling. Even beneficial fats become problematic in surplus, so the recommendation is to keep total fat moderate and favor stable fats from whole food sources, while emphasizing nutrient density over sheer fat grams.
We also mentioned protein making up about 15% of daily calories. For someone targeting muscle growth, is that sufficient?
Yes, when measured correctly. Aim for 0.6 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound of ideal body weight. Importantly, include collagen-rich proteins like bone broth for connective tissue support. Pair that intake with resistance training 2 to 4 times weekly, and you'll gradually build lean mass that drives long-term metabolic efficiency.
With that timeline in mind, here's your practical challenge. Over the next 7 days, audit every plate. Swap one ultra-processed item for a whole food alternative. Notice changes in energy, mood, or digestion, and jot them down.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.